berlari atau berjalan ketika memegang disk. Dia bukan macam rugby. Dapat disk, lari, lepas tu pergi ke arah end zone. Bukan. Tapi dia dah tangkap, dia kena baling sahaja. Tak boleh berlari atau berjalan. So, yang ketiga, ketika kita membaling disk apa semua kan, keadaan disk tu penting. Kalau masih lagi berada dalam orang boleh tangkap apa semua di atas udara, boleh teruskan permainan. Tapi kalau disk tu jatuh ataupun disk tu di blok, kita panggil blok ataupun disk tu jatuh ke tanah, so akan berlaku pertukaran peranan daripada pasukan. Nanti Chelsea akan mentionkan peranan pasukan ataupun kita panggil offense dan defense lah. Dan seterusnya tentang 10 second rule. 10 second rule. Okey, kalau ada orang dah tangkap disk kan, kita contohlah, dah tangkap disk. Takkan sampai bila-bila dia nak pegang disk tu kan. So dia mesti ada peraturan. Peraturan dia 10 saat ini. So kalau Azharul memegang disk, Azharul hanya ada 10 saat. Dia macam bola jaring. Bola jaring ke bola baling? Bola baling. Macam tu. Tapi masa untuk Frisbee pegang disk, setiap orang yang memegang disk hanya 10 saat. So sebelum kita teruskan, Chelsea, I nak tanya you yang pasal turnover tadi tu. You boleh ceritakan sikit tak pasal turnover tu?
Turnover, let me think. Okay, you want me to give me a scenario?
Contohnya, kumpulan Azharul membaling disk. Kemudian, disk tu tak sampai kat kawan Azharul dan jatuh ke tanah. So, ada berlaku turnover kan? Okay, cuba Chelsea terangkan tentang turnover tu.
Oh, okay. So, turnover basically it's like you were actually in offense and then your teammate actually failed to catch your disc, or your teammate throw away the disc, or the disc became like after 10 seconds you still haven't thrown your disc out. Yeah, that's considered turnover, which means from offense you will become defense with some throwing errors or some catching errors, or you didn't release the disc in 10 seconds. Yeah, that's. And also, let's say you catch your disc out of bound, of course it is also a turnover.
Okay, so maksudnya turnover ni pada asalnya katakanlah tim Azharul menyerang, tapi apabila berlakunya keadaan-keadaan yang seperti disebut oleh Chelsea tadi, macam baling disk keluar, disk jatuh, so berlaku pertukaran peranan lah. Maksudnya Azharul daripada offense jadi defense, betul? Faham? So itulah turnover guys. So next. Okay, so penjaga. Penjaga ataupun dalam bahasa Inggerisnya marker lah, marking. Ni untuk istilah-istilah dalam defense. So bila kita sedang bermain, akan ada marker, akan ada defense yang orang yang defense kita, dan dia berperanan untuk mengira stall. Mengira stall ni, nanti Chelsea akan tunjuklah macam nak kira stall. Okay, so stall ni yang 10 saat tadi. Macam tu, yang dia akan kira 10 saat. Tapi cara kira, kita tunggu Chelsea tunjukkan. Okay, seterusnya permainan Frisbee ni, dia tidak boleh berlaku persentuhan. Non-contact play. So kalau berlaku persentuhan, kita boleh kata foul. So apa istilah non-contact ni? Maksudnya, kalau macam orang tu terlanggar badan kita ke, ataupun masa nak membaling disk, dia menyentuh tangan kita ke, so itu akan berlaku foul, berlaku kesalahan. Seterusnya garisan penamat. Garisan penamat ni end zone tadilah. So akan macam dah disebut tadi, end zone tu adalah ruang untuk skor. So kalau katakan macam mana kita nak jaringkan skor ataupun jaringkan point, jaringkan mata, so disk yang kita baling tu perlu selamat sampai ke end zone, ditangkap dengan kemas. So kalau berjaya tangkap dalam garisan ataupun end zone ni, kita mendapat mata 1-0. Macam tu. So itulah point pun dah disebut. So Chelsea, soalan. Macam mana nak kira stall tu?
Uh, okay, so let's say Azaro is having a days, then I am mark dia. I'm the one who's marking him. Then I have to store him in like 3 meters. I cannot go too far away from him. I must be in within 3 meters radius of him so that I can store. Yeah. Then when I store, I can. It's you can actually touch the disk first to disk in to check in the disk. Then you can start by say stalling 1, stalling 2, stalling 3. It's supposed to be like that, but then like how normally people do is just stalling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's say when I say until the sound T it's out, then it's considered stall out. If you remember the 4th point just now, yeah, we have like a stall out 10 seconds. So let's say you have to say the T word. You cannot say 8, 9 stall out. You have to say 8, 9, 10, then it's stall out. Yeah. So if let's say you stay until 9, but you didn't say 10, normally people will not agree with you, but you have to say 10. Cannot straight away from 9 skip to stall out.
Okey, menarik cara mengira dia kan. So, yalah macam Chelsea sendiri cakap lah, orang yang jaga pemegang disk tu, maka defense, dia yang bertanggungjawab mengira. Kalau Azaro pegang disk tapi orang yang defend Azaro tu tak kira stalling, macam mana? Adakah Azaro ada masa yang lama untuk pegang atau macam mana?
Ya, kalau tak ada orang store, then you can hold your disk as long as you want. Yeah.
Alright. So, macam itulah. So, maksudnya defense pun perlu ingat dan aware dengan perkara-perkara macam ni lah. Bukan offense sahaja ada peranan penting, tapi defense pun memainkan peranan penting lah. So, next. So, masa tamat which is dalam permainan, kalau bola sepak kita ada time out ataupun apa, kita akan ada masa habis lah kan. So dalam basketball pula kita ada time out kita sendiri. Okay. Tapi dalam frisbee ni kita ada time out dan juga masa tamat lah, macam the end of the game lah. So next is pengadil, which is no pengadil at all. Tak ada langsung pengadil. So siapa yang mengaturkan peraturan? Kita sendiri sebagai pemain frisbee. Dan disebabkan itu frisbee ni unik sebab setiap pemain kalau nak main frisbee kena tahu at least basic rule lah, 10 basic rule macam tu. So fall adalah kesalahan-kesalahan lah yang berlaku di atas padang, dan kalau berlaku fall ni yang akan uruskan adalah player ataupun pemain tu sendiri. So Chelsea, question cik. Nak sentuh pasal pengadil dululah ataupun tak ada pengadil. So macam mana kalau dalam suatu permainan tu berlaku fall, how they handle it? Macam tu.
Okay, so later this point also will be touched lah. This game, right, we always focus a lot on spirit. So kalau let's say other foul or something happen, you can stop the game. Like you stop and then you wave your hand this way so that you can grab people's attention. Something's wrong at this area. We want to discuss about something. A lot of things like that. And then players among players will discuss together what was happening just now. Yeah. So then we will come to the conclusion. So right now, the disc should go back to the last person, or the disc is still with me. That kind of situation. Then let's say after 45 seconds, the call is still not resolved. Like Azara pun tak mengaku yang dia salah, I also tak mengaku saya yang salah. So the disc will back to square one. So it's actually really your attitude lah on whether you high spirit or you are very bad in spirit, or whether you want to admit something that you did or not. Yeah, but of course sometimes other situation where you also don't know actually what happened just now, because things happens too fast. the person run too fast, I run too fast, like everyone banged together. I don't even know what's wrong. So that's where we will discuss together actually, so what situation and what situation. Then we don't have a referee, tapi kita ada satu captain called spirit captain. Yeah, so let's say after a very long time still cannot resolve, you can call your spirit captain to come in to discuss together. So what was the situation just now? So how are we going to resolve this? Yeah. So it is a very high spirit game, and then it is a very like somehow honesty game like that. Yeah. See whether you want your team to really win with a very bad attitude, or you want your team to win in a very high spirit or lose with a very high. Yeah, it really depends on you yourself, on your players' attitude.
Jadi Frisbee ni sukan Frisbee yang betul-betul mementingkan semangat kesukanan lah. Dia macam memang sangat kita nak game yang paling bersih lah. So kalau ada kesalahan mengaku macam tu. Wow, Frisbee ni sumpah unik. Walaupun I dah selalu main, tapi I sendiri amazed tau dengan semangat kesukanan yang Frisbee bawakan. Sebab dia agak berbeza daripada mana-mana sukan. Contoh kalau macam bola, yalah since ada kontak kan macam apa semua, so macam benda tu boleh membuat pergaduhan apa semua. Tapi kalau Frisbee, kita nak fair and square, kita nak main seronok, kita betul-betul utamakan semangat kesukanan. Dan istilah yang digunakan adalah apa? Spirit of the game, betul? Yeah, spirit of the game. So menarik cara bermain Frisbee itu. Okay, dah sampai kepada posisi pemain. So dalam Frisbee pun ada position. Cumanya apa position dia? Okay, Azharul kat sini akan listkan dalam 3 asasnya lah. Selalunya cutter, deeper dan handler. Okay, selalunya cutter ni pemain yang membuka ruang dengan membuat larian cutting. Dia macam buat larian cut. Dia potong larian dia. Macam itulah. Tapi kalau tak faham, saya akan terangkan nanti. Seterusnya deeper. Deeper ni dia favor untuk score. Dan dia go deep. Maksudnya dia masuk ke dalam end zone dan akan macam minta dis tu untuk terima dis di dalam end zone. Dan selalunya dia akan score lah kalau ditangkap dengan baik. Dan handler. Handler ni bagi Azharul sendiri, personally Azharul rasa handler ni antara peranan yang paling penting, kerana handler ni dia akan kerap memegang disk untuk memberi kepada rakan pasukannya untuk membawa disk tu sampai ke dalam end zone. Dan handler ni lebih banyak vision lah untuk dia tengok rakan-rakannya ada kat mana. So, Chaisi, cuba you explain tentang position-position ni.
Okay.
Untuk pengalaman you lah.
Yeah, I'll use one game to explain.
Okay.
Do you guys know what the game Mobile Legends, right? Or some Dota, anything? Yeah. So handler is like the tanker. Okay. Always support you, and like very important situation, the tanker will come out like to receive all the damage, right? Yeah. That's what handler position is lah. Then cutter is like the what's the name already? Oh, marksman. Yeah. Cutter and deeper is like the marksman. They are the one who is going all the way, going all the way. Yeah. So like what Azharul said, handler, it's like a position where they will always kind of receive the disc, and the handler is the one who somehow is to control that game. Yeah. So let's say your cutter is like they were off a little bit, or the disc is like going too fast already, and then things are like very rushed. Handler has the responsibility to control the game, to like slow down the game, bring back the pace into my not as rushed as the opponent team. I want my team to be a little bit more patient. Yeah, we want to always have the possession of the disc. So that's what handler is always do. Let's say cutter have a very difficult situation, then the handler will come out and support all the time. Yeah, and then like cutter and leaper actually it's kind of like the same position. It is more to like based on the situation whether I should go cut under or whether I should cut to the what do you call that, the end zone. Yeah, if let's say someone is running to the end zone, then we will say someone's going to the deep. Yeah, that's why somehow people call it deeper lah. Yeah, then cutter. What is cutting? So cutting is a very important skills, or is it a technique? I'm not really sure if it's a technique. Yeah, it is a very important skill for every ultimate frisbee player, because the cutting means you change your direction like all of a sudden, so that your defender is not able to catch up with you, and you're able to make that space from your defender. And even though you're a handler or you're a cutter, you will have to ensure that you always do cutting. If you only run, like you use your speed, like can you make sure that in other country there are no other people faster than you? Obviously ada orang lah yang akan like lebih cepat daripada you. So for example, let's say you're in UKM playing in UKM, you're the fastest, but when you go to the national platform, you will not be the fastest, you will just be sebaya dengan orang lain je. Yeah, so you have to and make sure that you membuka ruang dengan larian cut. Yeah, you have to do your cutting to change your direction. There are a few cuttings lah. So let's say if the CMCO is lifted and we can go back to university, we can learn together. Yeah, the cutting. Hopefully. Yeah.
I really wait for that moment. I never play with you actually. Tak apa, kita tunggu. Okay, kita tunggu. Okay, so itulah sikit sebanyak tentang posisi pemain ya. Jadi kalau anda peserta program sekalian, anda semua kalau rasa macam aku rasa aku boleh lah jadi kata, aku laju. Aku rasa aku nak banyak skor, aku nak jadi keeper lah. Aku rasa aku nak control game lah. Aku nak jadi handler lah. So itulah masanya. Ini nanti kita dapat main nanti frisbee. Bila dapat turun padang kita main frisbee sama-sama. Okey, tu kalau cerita pasal posisi pemain lah dalam permainan. Seterusnya, selain daripada posisi pemain yang kita kena tahu, at least kita kena ada ataupun tahulah sedikit tentang skill ataupun kemahiran dalam frisbee itu sendiri. Jadi yang pertama sekali mestilah throwing ataupun membaling. So kalau macam tak ada skill membaling ni agak susah lah kan untuk kita main frisbee. So membaling ni ada macam-macam cara. So Chelsea, what do you think about this skill?
Throwing. Very important, because let's say you tangkap already, yeah, you are like the best cutter you tangkap, tapi you don't know how to throw. You will cost your team a very big repay. You need to repay back to your team, as in you catch already, then you throw away. Like you didn't throw to the correct area, or you can't throw and you throw out, like go fly up here, fly there, fly here. It doesn't help the team, right? Yeah. So let's say let's say you're very fast, your catching is very good, but you can't throw. Let's say you're going up for you're trying out for some team, you will not be able to be selected lah. But so you have to really train your throwing. Really train your throwing. You tak cepat pun tak apa. You need to have your throwing skill. Yeah.
So membaling tu memang penting lah kan. Ada tak cara-cara membaling ataupun how many ada? The throwing punya kaedah. Macam tu.
A lot, but there are two very basic one, backhand and forehand. Like badminton, backhand and forehand. Yeah.
Backhand dan forehand. Okay, so next skill tentang kepantasan ataupun speed. So speed ni kalau player tak laju, so how handler nak bagi dan membawa disk ke dalam end zone kan. So pentingnya speed. Tapi speed ni selalu player Frisbee akan guna dekat mana, Chelsea?
Mostly going to deep lah. Deep. But before you actually speed up, you make sure you need to have cutting first. Because as I mentioned just now, if let's say you are fast, but your defender also very fast, like you are fast also like no point. But you have to make sure you have the cutting first. You like fit your opponent to another direction, then you like speed up to another direction. Yeah, that's mostly it's going deep or going under, like going to receive the disc lah.
So macam yang Chelsea cakap tadi, kena apa? Buat cut and then lari to other direction, dia macam body feint jugalah, macam fake satu side and then cut satu side and then burst speed macam tu.
Yeah.
Okay. Itu antara kebatasan yang boleh kita gunalah. So next is movement reading. Okay, biasanya handler lah yang biasanya akan membaca pergerakan rakan pasukannya. So macam dia nak membaling, dia kena tengok juga kata pasukan dia yang untuk membuat cut. So kalau tak ada membaca untuk movement reading ni, kalau handler tu bad dalam skill ni, so pasti akan berlaku salah faham untuk baling disc tu. Betul tak, Chelsea?
Betul, ya.
So like macam mana kita nak macam berlatih lah dalam membaca pergerakan? Ada tak spesifik latihan ke? Like macam how nak pick up cepat ke dalam movement reading, ada tak?
I think it's mostly chemistry and whether you and your handler agreed to something beforehand or not. Always have discussion with your handler or with your cutter of, actually I see that you can, I thought that you were going there, but it seems that you're not going there, and you can always use your finger to point at the area that you're going towards. Yeah, so because the defender marking your handler do not know where is the cutter, right? Yeah, yes. So the defender can only mark one area. Then, so let's say I am the cutter and you are over in front of me or the handler, I will point to that area. I am going there. You can hit me there. Or if let's say I want to go deep, I will point to deep, and then I go to the front. I fake you. I cut, do my cutting, and I go deep. Then you can like throw to the deep side. Yeah, you can use your finger to point. Yeah. There are actually some miscommunication with my team last time. Then we always say point to the area that you want to go to. Point to the area that you want to go to.
So point to the area you want to go to lah. Okay, faham. So maksudnya most important selain daripada baca pergerakan ni, like chemistry lah dengan pasukan. Like macam mana nak memberi disc tu kepada rakan pasukan kan? Okay, faham. Next is
catching.
Yes, catching. So catching, kalau orang tu dah baling disc, kita mestilah kena tangkap, betul tak? So kalau macam tak dapat tangkap, I think teruk lah dalam Frisbee. So macam basic skill yang you need to ada untuk ada adalah catching lah. So Chelsea, what you think about catching?
Of course, catching sangat important lah.
Sangat.
You imagine kalau let's say you are in the end zone, then you're the only person in, and I need to hit you. Tapi you cannot turn over, need to defend again. That's like the worst scenario ever lah. Then what let me think. Well, let's say in an international level, then so many eyes, spectators looking at you, then you drop your disc, you cannot catch. Can you imagine that? Yeah, that's why always catching is very important. You need to always train your most suitable way to catch the disc. There's no right or wrong how to catch the disc, but you need to find the one that you are most used to, you're most comfortable with. Ada orang yang, let's say when you first started, ada orang yang cakap, you cannot catch macam ni, you cannot catch macam ni. But then this way also cannot, this way also cannot, this way also cannot. You really, I feel like giving up already because there are so many inputs. Ada orang cakap, you catch like that, you catch like that, you catch like that, you catch like that. But actually you just feel like, it just doesn't work for you. It doesn't matter. You have your own way. You just go with your own way. But then, of course, the most basic one is we call it pancake. This one. This way. You use your body. You use your body to support you when you catch. You use your body to support you. Let's say some people cannot one hand grab, right? Yeah, that will like, you can always use your body, and then you use your body to receive the momentum. Then you can use your body to save a little bit lah. Let's say you drop the disc. Let's say your hand but your body is there to like cover you.
Faham. So dalam masa kesempatan ini, apa kata semua orang cuba praktiskan sekejap, buka kamera, try macam mana Chelsea? So tangan atas macam mana? Okay, macam ni
like that.
Chelsea ajalah. Okay, and then like that. Faham.
Like let's say the disc is going at a very fast speed. You just catch like that. It just somehow how to say, you let's say you cannot stop the momentum. So when you catch that time, you also have to, physics, right? When you catch, then you have to do it like a little bit, absorb a little bit of that force. I'm not sure what force is that lah. It's just, let's say the disc is coming at a very fast speed. You just grab like that. Sometimes your hand will be hit. That's why a lot of people catch the pool. They will use their body to after they grab it, they will pull it into them. Because the spin is very, very fast. You need to like put some physics element. The spin is super fast, and then like you cannot stop. And then a lot of people doing pool, they will drop it this way, like this way. So a lot of people, like professional people, I would say, they will just, and then they absorb that force into them.
I see. So catching sangat penting guys. Okay, next adalah defense. So macam tadi pada awal kita bincang tadi, kan ada yang kita kata marking ataupun penjaga. So basically penjaga ni ataupun skill yang ada untuk defense lah. So defense ni yang bertanggungjawab untuk kira stall apa semua kan. So tapi selain daripada stall, dia juga berperanan untuk cuba menghalang disc tu daripada sampai kepada contohnya handler, macam Azharul handler, katakanlah Chelsea yang jaga Azharul. So sekarang ni Chelsea memang berperanan untuk cuba block selain daripada membuat pengiraan tu. So Chelsea dalam blocking ataupun defense, untuk pengalaman you selama ini, so macam mana yang you jumpa dah sekarang pasal defense ni? How they defense? How?
Defense. Sometimes, let's say, if you have chance, you other the opportunity to actually really the disc when the handler is trying to release it, right? You can do so. But let's say if you cannot, you have another important role is to do not let the thrower to throw into which direction. So let's say you are letting the person to throw forehand. So my role is that person cannot throw to the backhand area at all. I try to stop the break side throw. It's like the more, if you don't really understand the terms, let's say this person, right? You see the picture. The person is letting Azaro to throw forehand, and the person also like cannot let Azaro to throw the disc like behind of him. So that area that person is marking, right? That area is the zone that is the red light for you. If let's say you're the defender, the red light for me, the person cannot throw is behind me, that area. That person cannot. I will try my best to stop the person from breaking. Throw it to the break side lah. I'm sorry, I don't really know how to explain.
It's okay. I will help. So, basically apa yang Chelsea cakap, like kalau orang tu handler macam Azaro, katakan Azaro suka baling forehand. So, jika defend ingin jaga Azaro kan, it's better to you block dia daripada buat forehand dengan memaksa Azaro membuat backhand. Dalam satu situasi lah, ada certain situation. Betul tak, Chelsea? So like macam kalau ada ruang yang Azaro rasa kalau buat forehand ni, Azaro boleh baling kepada direction yang lebih luas. So di situ defend akan tutup ruang tu. So menyebabkan Azaro kena guna backhand dan ruang membaling tu lebih kecil. Betul tak? Okay. Takut. So itulah. Selain daripada stalling, buat block kepada defend ataupun tutup ruang lah secara kesimpulan ni. So next, agility ataupun ketangkasan. Ketangkasan basically your body fitness lah. Betul tak Chelsea? So dalam Frisbee, kalau tak fit, maybe it will be the worst play lah. Betul tak? What do you think about it?
Yeah, of course it is important. Yeah, but you can always train it if you do not have that. Because let's say people is ready for the tournament, right? Of course, America will be very fit. Speed, agility, or fitness, right? Every aspect they're gonna train it to train themselves to the best. Then let's say and you didn't really train and you want to beat them, it's impossible, right? Yeah, so it is important to have it is important to stay fit, like trying to make the best play with them, play at their level. Let's say you get very tired, but then the person it's not tired at all. It's just sort of people be like, oh, the person's gonna win already, something like that.
So Jessie, I nak tanya secara personal lah kan. You punya own training lah untuk you kekalkan stay fitness lah kan. So ada tak you punya tips? Like macam pagi kena makan apa, petang kena train apa, you ada tak you punya own lah training?
My own. Sekarang tak ada. Last time when I was very active in playing that time, when I was preparing for Shanghai lah, yeah, I will go to gym like 1 week twice or thrice, yeah, so that like let's say sometimes even though this game is not contact, right, but they will be banging like when we are running side by side shoulder. Yeah, we need to eat, and then being fit is also important to not, because it can prevent you from getting injured. So if let's say you're fit, then you will not get injured so easily. Yeah. Then I will go for gym session to train my muscle. Not really, because I want to jump higher. Because I can't really jump, yeah, I have to train myself to jump higher. So yeah, that those gym sessions is gonna help you to reach for a higher height. And I personally, I don't really take care of my diet as much because I don't have discipline. Yeah, so Yeah, I don't really take care of my diet. I only work out, and
Okay.
no best
So
tip for diet lah.
Tracy kata tak apa, tak payah jaga diet, yang penting workout lah kan. Okey lah, possible lah untuk fit. Sebab yelah, walaupun makan you maybe you kata you tak jaga makan, tapi I think you ada makanan-makanan yang you ambil lebih ke, macam you makan protein lebih ke, macam ayam, ikan ke kan. Ke tak ada? Ada.
Last time I read an article lah. I prep myself for the tournament with carbohydrate. Let's say I have like a 2-day tournament or 3-day tournament. I will prep myself with carbs.
Carbs.
Yeah. You will drain a lot of the energy ma. And then sometimes you might not eat during tournament. Sometimes you will just don't feel hungry during tournament. That's why carbs in.
Karbohidrat dah.
Yep, carbohydrate.
Okay. Cakap pasal makanan.
Pasta.
Pasta?
Pasta
pun makan. Faham? Okay, cakap pasal makanan lah kan. Lagi-lagi time tournament. So macam biasanya like untuk tournament yang panjang, macam 1 hari lah, a whole day. Like ada orang makan makanan yang berat, lepas tu dia main tau. So macam benda tu tak bahaya ke? Like untuk kesihatan dia macam. Sebab I ada last time I play, dia tournament dia bagi nasi tau untuk sesi rehat lah macam tu. And then kita makan, lepas tu kita ada game, next game. So macam berat tau perut. Macam sakit gila.
Make sure you have to know your own body. Under the sun. Then sometimes they give you, sometimes organizer they might not tak perasan lah yang player macam mana. So you have to know yourself. You have to know your body. Like normally let's say that mereka bagi rice, right? I will not finish the whole packet of rice. Or I will eat after that. I will eat maybe half of it. I feel like, I am okay already. I'm not too full, or am I too full? You have to understand your body. Then let's say if they give you spicy food, don't take the spicy food. Never take the spicy food. Your stomach's gonna be burning. Super. Then this is just from our experience lah. There was once, it was my first tournament. I was like very excited. The day before I went out to get some milk or yogurt. Then early in the morning I had milk and yogurt. After the first point I came out vomiting. Yeah. So you have, because different people body reacts differently. Yeah. I then from that day onwards I know that I cannot have any milk or any yogurt before early in the morning before game. Then I cannot take spicy food in between. Then I will eat, I eat like how I understand my body, how my body will react if let's say the game is like how until what time I have to sustain myself, make sure I myself have the energy. Yeah, like you need to understand your body lah, through experience.
I see. Okay, so dah habis lah pasal kita punya basic skill lah. So next, kita akan teruskan dengan jenis-jenis kesalahan. Okay, jenis-jenis kesalahan ni kita akan sentuh pasal basic common fault yang berlaku ketika dalam padang. So, Chelsea, kita ada list kat sini like contact, fast count dengan travel lah. So, and then ada signal tangan ataupun hand sign untuk player buat. So, cuba Chelsea terangkan untuk setiap satu fault ini.
Wait. Someone wait.
Yeah.
Because from what I remember, right?
Wait, Chelsea.
I realized there's something wrong. Let me check. Let me check. Give some time.
It's okay.
I didn't realize.
So guys, sementara menunggu, so macam kontak ni yang macam berlaku di atas padang lah. So macam kalau ketika berlari berlanggar dengan orang ke apa semua, so akan ada kontak lah. So itu antara fault dan menyebabkan permainan berhenti seketika. Dan fast count ni, okay, kan tadi ada time stalling kan. So time stalling, orang yang jaga kita, yang stall kita, yang buat kiraan terhadap kita, orang tu perlu mengira dengan kadar yang ditetapkan lah, macam yang Chelsea sebut, macam stall 1, 2, 3, ataupun ada orang suka sebut stall 1, stall 2, stall 3, macam tu. Tapi kalau stall 1, 2, 3, 4, itu dah dikira fast count. Bila dah dikira fast count, dia boleh kata, boleh menyebabkan permainan berhenti sekejap untuk kita bagi tahu you are making too fast count, macam awak kira laju sangat. Sekala travel ni biasanya orang yang pegang disc tapi dia masih lagi berlari dengan disc tu, macam like kita faham kalau macam ketika berlari and dia tangkap disc tu and then ada extra momentum nak ambil step untuk berhenti, tapi sometimes ada juga like macam dia overstep, macam dah dapat disc and then dia bergerak lebih lagi. So macam itu dah kita anggap travel lah. So Chelsea, are you okay?
Yeah.
Is that any wrong?
I because they have like mixed signals. I'm not sure if like the
hand sign yang salah lah.
Yeah, I was thinking if is this fast count the one? I can't remember. Oh my god. Because
it's okay. Tapi basically yang contact tu hand sign dia macam mana Chelsea?
Contact is
like this lah.
Yeah. This one is contact. Like you touch here, contact. Yeah.
So
this is not the this one, right? The fast count, right? It's called marking infraction.
Infraction.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize earlier in the slides. Yeah, marking infraction. Yeah, let's say there's something when I'm marking, then something is wrong, then you can like open your hand. It's not only for fast count, not only for fast count.
Not only for fast count. No. Okay. So if contact macam ni player yang macam mana? Yang dia terkena contact ke ataupun macam mana?
Yeah. Either you are holding the disc or you are not holding the disc. Let's say you are making a play. Let's say you're cutting down, then you have contact. You can call that also. It doesn't necessarily you yang ambil disc itu, because we do not have referee over here. You can call for some situation for happening. Because there's no referee, then you can make your own the person to call for that.
So kalau berlaku contact, katakanlah Azharo yang kena contact, so Azharo buat hand sign untuk inform semua orang sekarang ni game berhenti sebab contact ya, macam tu kan. So macam and then Azharo akan berbincang dengan orang yang buat contact tu lah, betul tak? So perbincangan yang macam kita cakap tadi, like macam so saudara, so you yang contact I, so disc ni I pegang ataupun macam mana? Adakah disc tu patah balik kepada thrower ataupun Azharo boleh pegang? Bincang macam tu ke?
Yeah.
Okay, so
like let's say there are things like if you didn't contact me, I can actually get the disc already. It can be situation like this.
So like dia kena bincang lah. So kalau dia ada good spirit dalam kesekanan, like dia kata dia akan mengaku lah, okay I did contact on you. So and then this tu boleh start dekat situ juga kan? Okay, and then boleh start play lah. Okay, faham. So kalau yang fast count ni macam mana? So okay, hand sign. And then
let's say I am fast counting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That too fast already from the normal seconds taking. Then the one who's holding the disc, you can say fast count. then yang defender you can straight away minus the store count. Let's say I said until 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then when you are saying 8 that time, then Zaro said fast count. Then I will 8 minus 2 seconds, I will drop back to 6 straight away. Start that from there. 6, 7, 8.
So kalau dapat dengar fast count as soon as possible, better you just terus cakap fast count lah. Daripada tunggu 8 saat tu kan. Okay, faham. So alright, so fast count maksudnya dia akan kira balik selepas tolak 2 saat lah. Alright, so travel ni selalu ke berlaku?
Selalu, but depend on you. Actually, there are rules to call travel juga lah. How to say? Let's say I am running to the direction and I catch the disc and I'm still running. It can be like, oh, I am still stopping. Then people be like, I haven't, like momentum saya belum stop, so I teruskan lari. Then, there are actually new rules, right? Saying right now, let's say I throw some disc and I didn't change direction, it doesn't consider as travel or something like that.
Oh, faham. Maksudnya ketika berlari tu you tak ubah direction, so itu bukan kira travel lah.
Ya.
Faham. I think I ada bukan mention lah, macam I ada perasan kalau ketika kita ingin membaling disc tu, kita ada kaki yang kita pivot, yang kita letak satu kaki lah untuk membaling disc kan. So kalau kaki tu yang bergerak ke depan sikit, adakah itu dikira travel juga?
Kalau if it's for me, I will not call lah.
Oh, you will not call?
I will not call. Unless the person really lift up the leg. If like, let's say a little bit, right? I personally will not call. Because sometimes it's momentum too.
Yeah. So thank you untuk kesalahan tu. So inilah antara basic for lah. Okay, spirit of the game ataupun singkatan the SOTG. So Jessie, this is your time to share the spirit of the game. So what is the spirit of the game, Jessie?
Yeah, so if you see this, one thing, there's no referee, then like I said, it's either you win with low spirit or you lose with high spirit. And after every game, right, even though it's in international level, even though I hate you so much after the game, you still have the spirit. Because after all, we are all loving this game. We all love this sport. So we will not leave the field with anger. Want to leave the field with peace. And during this time, right, we can point out some issues that we realized from the game just now. Let's say, just now the call, it was taking too long. Actually, it was how. Then we can all improve from that. Taking that kind of call. That play just now, it was too dangerous. If all of us should really take note on that, so that it will not affect any other players' well-being. Yeah, that's what the spirit circle is for. Then a lot of time, people will share people will choose MVP from the spirit circle as well. And then from this spirit circle, we will compliment each other as well. We will take down something. We get feedback from each other to improve on. We take compliment from each other. Then we thank each other for the good game and for the high spirit game. Yeah, that's what spirit circle we will normally do. And then if let's say you are playing competition abroad or some international tournament, the people will actually utilize this spirit circle to present you something for the MVP of everyone. Let's say I am from Ipoh, then you are from Kedah, then Ipoh, when we meet each other at the time, or for any tournament, we will get something Ipoh local food for them. Yeah, sort of things like that lah. So let's say that time in early of this year at the time, we have this U24 tournament in UM. Then the Sarawakian, they actually brought their own local, some pretty, oh, I have here, wait, I show you. Yeah, the Sarawakian actually brought this from Sarawak. Yeah, then they will give it for the MVP. Then in that time, they will give you something. It's either they will bring some local food or some local product. Then they will gift it to you during this session. That kind. Like we exchange culture. We understand each other's culture. That's. If there's any misunderstanding, we will also try to resolve that misunderstanding in that spirit circle.
So wow, menarik spirit circle ni. So spirit circle antara one of spirit of the game lah. Chelsea, can you share like the first spirit circle yang you pernah hadap, macam tu lah, you pernah join spirit circle yang first kali. So what is your impression lah pasal tu?
I can't remember. Wait, let me think back first. Reflect back.
Maybe on the first tournament ke?
I think I was just following the flow. I don't understand what is that. I was just, they said, spirit circle, then spirit circle. Then I was just, because I was still very young that time. Then I'm like, listening to the senior player talking, then trying to absorb and trying to understand what they were saying. The impression was, it wasn't a realization on that point, but it was a realization, reflection. Actually, that's how this spirit circle works. Actually, after every game, we were going to have this spirit circle. Yeah, automatically, after the game, all the people like, they are looking for some shaded area to have that spirit circle. It is a very automatical thing. Automatically think, no one will tell each other, it's time for spirit circle, or we'll be like, let's go to that shade under there. It is a very natural thing in Ultimate Frisbee.
Yeah, to be honest, like masa first Azhar punya spirit circle lah kan, masa first tournament, so macam Azhar macam nak masuk kemah dah tau, macam dah habis game, okay, nak masuk kemah, nak masuk kemah, nak minum dah, nak baring dah. Kawan-kawan panggil, Azhar, spirit circle. Apa spirit, apa? So that macam, okay lah, run balik ke padang kan. Okay, and then, okay, gather around, hug each other. So macam like, and then masa nak hug tu like, ada alternate orang. So yang kawan, tim pasukan yang lain, lepas tu kawan balik, macam, and then share, like you said tadi lah. So macam, to be honest, because I'm like, that is my first time. So macam, macam ni ke? Ya ke? Macam like, wow. So I think Frisbee really unique because I don't think ada sport yang macam ni lah after game. Because usually after game like diorang akan balik, diorang akan minum apa semua. So macam tak ada berjumpa balik dengan pasukan lain. So macam bila habis match, Frisbee buat macam ni. So I think this is the uniqueness lah, the uniqueness of Frisbee lah, to be honest lah. So that's why I'm in love in Frisbee, macam tu lah. Okay, thank you Jessie untuk spirit of the game punya explanation. Okay, next is video. So guys, peserta program, lepas ni kalau yang nak ada tanya ke apa ke, korang boleh tanya. Yang dekat YouTube pun sama, kalau ada apa-apa nak komen, boleh tanya dekat ruang komen. Sekarang kita akan teruskan dengan video. Kita akan enjoy dulu video. Sedikit video apa yang kita cakap pasal total perbincangan pada hari ini. Dipersilakan. Tunggu kejap ya. Sekejap ya, kita ada masalah teknikal sikit. Alright, so itu sedikit sebanyak video. Kalau rasa ada yang tak dapat tengok video dengan jelas tadi, ada link YouTube yang kamu semua boleh klik untuk tengok lepas ni. Sebab kat situ boleh terus tengok dekat channel YouTube PMFST lah. Channel channel rasmi YouTube. Okey. Seterusnya kita akan adakan sesi soal jawab Q&A. So guys, ada apa-apa soalan? Mana gambar tu, gambar aku? Tak buka kamera tadi, sorry. Okey, kalau ada apa-apa soalan boleh bertanya kepada Chaisi sendiri ke? Boleh bertanya kepada Azhar sendiri ke? Yang YouTube macam mana? Kalau ada apa-apa komen ke? Tak ada lagi. Okay, so ada juga persoalan sendiri. Okay, nak tanya, silakan. Siapa yang nak tanya tu?
Nak tanya, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
How long you play Frisbee until you become a professional player?
I think. I had my first tryout for Malaysia team when I was 17. Then at 18, right, I passed like the first tryout, then the second tryout, but at the final tryouts with the national team, I was not selected. Yeah, so I don't have the chance to actually go to Perth, Australia for the U24 tournament. Yeah, that was very sad. That's when I was 17, that was the turning point of how I was, that was the turning point of me playing in a more competitive level. Yeah. That tryout kind of like changed my vision. It really helps me to build my foundation of ultimate frisbee, of what I understand about ultimate frisbee. Because when I was 17, it was the knowledge that I have. It was just at the surface level. Yeah, and then what happened? And before they have like their second tryout and their third and their final tryouts, we'll always have training in KL. So I will always have to travel to KL, Sunway, to be specific, Sunway for tournaments, or the Nottingham University for competition. Yeah. I think it was starting from 18 years old when I first started training with the U24 national team. Yeah, it sort of gives me a lot of chance and a lot of opportunity to to actually know more people.
Start a new thing.
Yeah. Discover new thing, as well as like to have the chance to grab more opportunity. Need to I expose myself a lot lah. Yeah, after those 2 times, then after 18, then they have like another tryout tournament for U24 when I was 19, if I'm not mistaken. But I chose not to go because I was having my SPM. Form 6 SCPM. Yeah. When I was 19, I had to like give up, kinda, because I didn't have the time to go for tryout, and I need to focus on my studies a lot. But at the end, Malaysia did not send team to, I forgot where, for the U24 another championship lah. Yeah, Malaysia didn't send a team at the end. So yeah, and then when I was 20, was it 20 or was it 19? I can't remember. Then I joined the tryout for the Malaysia women's team to play in Shanghai. I think it was 18 when I first started playing professionally. I'm not sure if it's professionally, but competitively, I would say.
Understand. So, what is the difference between the normal competition we as the international competition? either from intensity or the players?
Okay. Obviously, the players are very much taller. The Australians are tall. The Chinese are tall. It's like we are very small in size for Malaysian women's team. Then competitiveness. I would say, of course, the international is more competitive, but how to, I don't know. I don't really know how to describe how I feel. The pressure is more when in international level. The pressure is more because you want to bring something back for Malaysia, but and then it's like you spend so much time and you spend so much money then to go over to Shanghai, and if let's say you don't have any good result, then of course people is gonna talk something about the team, right? Yeah, the pressure was very high, and so the level of competition, the people are like, the skills maybe it's higher, the skill set in international, of course they are like they're adapting very quickly, because in Shanghai there were actually strong wind as well. Then there were very humid, it was very hot, it was a very, very tough times, and the situation is just not very favorable for me. Yeah, personally it's not very pleasant, the weather, but of course I did learn a lot. Mentally I learned a lot to be tougher. Physically, how good they are playing, or how spiritual, or how tough they are, and how they enjoy the game. It's very different from how Malaysia player actually react to. They enjoy the game a lot, most importantly, and they really focus a lot on the culture and their spirit. Because Malaysian don't really have much women's team. Yeah, so can't really make the comparison. If I'm playing in a mixed team, maybe I can give you a better or more constructive conclusion of my experience in international level, because I was playing in a women's team, and Malaysia don't really have much women's teams. But it was very fun. Intensity was high lah. Yeah.
Which one would you prefer, like a mixed team or women's team?
Wow, tough question. I like playing in women's team because there's no guy blocking me. Because sometimes guys are just too annoying. They just take away all the deep throw that you're throwing. Sometimes they're annoying, and they are too sometimes dominant in the game. That makes me not happy. Makes me not happy about it. Yeah. If for women's team, I really love, because I want to develop the Malaysian ultimate women's in Malaysia lah. Yeah, we want to have more women's team in Malaysia. But because there's only a few clubs that is able to bring up women's team. I can't really tell which women or mix I like, but I can say that the way we play is different lah for women's and mix. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question. Kita baca sekejap soalan daripada kat ruangan chat. Daripada Aina Khairani. What is the best training to do as a team before we start the game, other than just throwing? Ceci.
Other than just throwing, as a team, have some scenario game playing. For example, you can have drill before you start. You can have end zone scenario based drill. not just throwing or not just cutting drill or what, but you can do drill like when you're that you can make a few scenarios out. Like let's say I want to have like 5v5 7v7 at the half field only, at the half field end zone only, just to like get the hang of what we are doing, and then to refine our play and to discuss about our play. And then you can have like 3v3 in a small area just to keep practicing the throw and also the cuts, that kind of situation. And you can always have discussion with your team before, after, or during. When let's say you get heated up when you're playing game, just stop the game and discuss about what's happening. Yeah, this is from my experience, because when I'm back in Ipoh during the pandemic, right? We have like this U24 training camp in Ipoh. Then of course, when there are people and then you're training, you will get angry, you will get heated up. Then we will start arguing of why are you doing this way? Why are you doing that way? Then people just started scolding each other. And then that's when we stop the game and discuss before, during, and after. It is very, very important so that we will not get angry at each other out the field. Yeah. So as a team, you have to make sure that you all have your goal. What is your goal for today's training? Okay. So let's say if you're in a beginner level, right? You do not know. You cannot focus on so many things. You can only either focus on throwing, or I can only focus on cutting. So we need to set the expectation right before we actually go in for the competition. As for the training. Yeah, so that you have expectation, and then the person who is training you also won't give you so much pressure. You yourself also won't give yourself so much pressure. And because you know already, so today's training, I am going to focus only on my backhand. Today's training, I'm only going to focus on my pivot. I'm only going to focus on my cutting. Yeah. Then actually, throwing is also a very fun activity, because you can throw in a very different angle, or whether you're pivoting or you're not pivoting. Yeah,
Okay, thank you, Chelsea.
Thank you, Chelsea.
Okay, harap menjawab persoalan itu. Untuk Syahila Adila, what are your personal goals in the future regarding ultimate Frisbee? Chelsea.
What's my future goal? I'm not really sure yet. I think play more in international level. Yeah, I want like bring medal home like Singapore, how Singapore did. Yeah. My personal goal, of course, I think maybe be one of the best female player. Yeah.
Of course, kita mesti nak jadi yang paling best dan terbaik. Tapi I think you have done, you have did your best job lah untuk as a player Frisbee sampai mewakili negara kot. Okay, tak apa, banyak lagi masa untuk Chelsea, I think. Okay, question from YouTube by Sun Kim. Okay, YouTube what's your routine before game or tournament? Routine. Do you have any other routine, like maybe before game you listen to the music ke kan? maybe you warm up very high or low. Maybe you eat yogurt. I don't know. So, Chelsea?
Before game, what's my routine before game? Actually, I've never thought of this question before. I think, let me think back first. What's my routine before game?
Okay, tak apa. Kita terus soalan lain dulu. Mungkin Chelsea tak pernah buat satu rutin yang sama ke? Chelsea just like go je main. Tak apa, Chelsea boleh jawab nanti.
I think it's, no, I think it's just warm up lah, of stretching and to see how the other players playing. Yeah, I kind of like will look at how others playing and then also set expectations for myself. So today in this game, are we gonna win? Are we gonna lose? What am I gonna expect from this game? What's my goal for this game? Is it to win only, or is it to have my team to work together, or is it I myself want to have a layout D, or I myself have a layout, or I myself have it's like I set my goal before the tournament. For this tournament, I am going to do this. So for this tournament, I hope I can blah blah blah. Yeah, I think it's more to expectation, mentally set, mental expectation, and also have a very good mentality of, and don't think of the bad side first. The bad side only, more to self-reflection, or what do I want to achieve in this game.
Okay.
If let's say the team for like listening to music or what, I don't really have that kind. I am more to a very mental oriented people. I will always mentally reset of myself, of also always have an objective before I actually go in for something and a goal for something.
Okay, so daripada apa yang Chelsea cakap, Chelsea kongsikan kat sini, penting ni untuk set goal ataupun objektif lah sebelum permainan. Betul tak Chelsea? Ya. Yeah. So, okay, kita teruskan dengan next question. Divya, what made you to be interested in Frisbee and becoming a Frisbee player like how you are now? Macam mana you start minat lah? Macam mana you start minat?
Okay, this is a very funny story. So when I was Form 5, that I was supposed to play some game. It's called chalkball. Then my friend invited me. Then I'm like, oh okay. Then I went for once. And then there was this Ipobak player who's playing Frisbee. Oh, he saw me. He's like, oh, you want to come and play Frisbee? I'm like, I was very not interested in it. I'm like, no, I have PT3. I have PT3. I cannot join because I need to finish my PT3 first. And then I keep rejecting the person. I keep rejecting Ipobak like until end of Form 3. I'm like, okay lah. He keep asking me already. Then I'd be like, oh, okay. Then I will just join. I ask my sister. I bring my sister along with me. And then it just started. Oh, I just started going training. And then I'm like, oh, since there's people who's gonna fetch me for training, like why not? I don't have to drive myself. I don't have to burden my parents. I'm like, why not? I just go. And slowly, it started becoming very competitive. And it's like, I want to be better than that person. I want to join tournament. I am personally a very competitive person. So if I see someone who is like, oh, so much better than me, I'll be like, I need to beat that. And then it comes the day where I have like my first tournament. Then, I see so many good players. I'm like, oh, I want to be one of them. I want to be good also. I want to be like the person in the team that can really play together with my team, can really help my team. And yeah, slowly, my sister and I keep joining. And then there's this chance for this Malaysia tryout, U24 tryout thing. I'm like, oh, okay, why not we just go together? It just started. I've never imagined myself playing for so long, and I've never imagined that I will have the chance and the opportunity for a higher level tournament. It just sort of, I want it, and then I kind of like train for it, and it just, because of that passion in my heart, because I want it. It's really that passion, the fire in my heart that I'm like, I think I want to get that. I want to be the MVP, something like that. You just set a goal for something. I want to be the best one in Ipoh. I want to be the best one. Yeah, that kind of thing. You always have that eager and that fire of wanting something. I want to represent Malaysia in the future. Actually, I didn't have that thing that, oh, I want to play in the international level. It's just that I joined that tryout. I don't even know that I will be selected, honestly, in the first, which tournament was that? In the U24 first tryout. I thought I was just, oh, I just joined lah. I don't think I'm going to be selected because I am not fast. I can like throw. I don't have any knowledge. I'm like just like a blank paper. At the end, slowly, because of a lot of exposure from people around me, and I have a lot of support, most importantly, from my friends, from my teammates, and not really from my parents, but I just go for it anyway. Yeah. So the passion in the heart is the very important thing because it's gonna drive you to something that you will never imagine. Because I can never imagine it. And becoming a Frisbee player like how you are now.
Huh?
Yeah.
I know that feeling actually. I really understand that feeling. Okay.
Really?
Yes. Okay. Thank you for the question, Divya. And thank you for the answer, Chelsea. Next question. Banyak soalan. From Anonymous. Before throw, you can point out to where you want to throw, but the enemy will know where we want to throw. So, can you make it clear how exactly the way to avoid from the enemy to block your disc, but at the same time you want to communicate with your teammate? Yeah, this is always happen.
All right. I talk about the handler first. So the handler is over here, and then there's gonna be a defender. This defender will not see where you are going. Let's say you're a cutter. There's a person who's the handler. The defender who is marking the handler, right? They do not know where the cutter is going because they have already instructed, and then the team is already has already agreed that you are gonna mark this person forehand. So of course the person is gonna throw forehand only. And you as a cutter, you are going to point, as I said. Before you point, you need to make your cut first. You're gonna have eye contact with your handler. Then the handler is like, oh, the handler is looking at you, and the handler know that you're the one who's gonna cut out. Let's say you guys discuss for a strategy, and then you said, oh, so this person is gonna be the first cutter. So you're the first cutter. Then you have like 4 seconds to make that cut, like 2 to 4 seconds to make the cut. So you're gonna make the cut first, fake your defender away, then you're gonna point to that area that you're going. Yeah, so that's mostly eye contact. You're gonna fake your person first, then only you go out. If you don't understand again, you can ask again. Okay.
I hope that's answered the question to Anonymous. Question from YouTube Live by Jun Ian. Did you have any ideas about how to rise up Frisbee in Malaysia? Like let more people know about it and attract more people to join?
How to rise up Frisbee in Malaysia? I think it's first the old players, right? The people who is currently playing, they need to maybe somehow change their attitude, because some people who is like very good already, they have the tendency to don't give chance for the new people to develop, to play, even though in pickup. Yeah, I hope after I say this and there's no someone who is very who sees this video, they're gonna bash me out. Yeah, that's me personally. They need to change their attitude, because I realize that a lot of people love playing, but they stop playing because of someone in that area, because someone who's not giving them a chance. They don't find joy playing it. So first, I think it's the older player or the people who is actually playing right now will have to change their attitude a little bit that they want to develop. Then I think what else we can do, I guess, is make it more interesting, or we go into school and have some core in that school lah, like high school maybe.
Yeah, I think kalau kita kenal kat awal-awal dekat sekolah kan, so macam at the early year, macam student-student sekolah menengah, sekolah rendah dah belajar awal-awal, so macam diorang akan lebih minat lah kalau diorang tahu ada peluang untuk bermain banyak pertandingan dan boleh mewakili negara, betul tak? So like, macam to me, honestly, kalau Frisbee ni I kenal awal, I really want to pursue more. But since I kenal Frisbee masa umur I 19-20 macam tu, masa tu dekat Matrix macam tu lah. So macam lambat lah juga kenal kan, tapi standard lah Frisbee. Time-time macam tu kat Matrix dan masuk uni baru tahu. So macam I really think that kalau Frisbee, to me lah honestly, Frisbee should be recognized earlier lah, macam tu. Okay, untuk soalan itu, next soalan, question from YouTube Live by Flower atau bunga, Flower bunga. Random question, as an expert, do you ever imagine a Frisbee from a different shape? Macam tu soalan dia. Tracy?
I think no. Different shape.
Memang bulat je lah, you punya imagination. Okay, Frisbee bulat macam tu.
I first started, right, I thought it was some chakra. You know, I didn't know what was that. Then I'm like, ask before I actually went for the first training. I'm like, I think we need to ask someone, how heavy is it? Wait, Frisbee thing. Yeah, Frisbee thing. Yeah, I thought it was some chakra thing. That was my impression.
Kalau to me, Frisbee, I ingat yang benda ni, yang macam like, you know, the boomerang. I ingat diorang baling pakai benda tu. So macam mana nak tangkap benda tu kan? Rupanya benda tu bulat saja. Okay, so harap menjawab soalan random question ni kat YouTube. Okay, jika anda ada apa-apa soalan lagi, anda ada masa lagi 5 minit untuk bertanya. Teruskan. Ada lagi soalan? Okay. Kalau ada nak tanya secara direct terus ke, boleh je tanya yang dalam Microsoft Teams ni. Kalau ada